Hello, Happy New Year. 2020 is coming to an end, and 2021 is barreling down our throats right now. So, this is going to be my New Year's sandwich. And for those that may wondering what that black screen is inside the sink, it's just a drain mesh. So basically, what it is, it's something that you put inside of your sink so that when you put spoons and stuff in there or anything that's metal, it don't come in contact with the sink, and say you forget to pull it out and leave it overnight, it won't rust the bottom of the sink. Okay, all right, let's proceed. So far we have one egg and a splash of ginger, and everything is going to be done by visualization, just me visualizing the amount that I would like in there. None of it will be more than a teaspoon. Okay, so I'm about to add some garlic powder next. That was heavy, as you can see. That's what it's calling for, more than likely. That was basil leaf. We got paprika. I'm going a little bit heavier on the paprika to help balance and neutralize my overhand on the garlic powder. I'm going to put some organic pepper in there, crushed red peppers, to help coax the flavor of the meat. Okay, so when you're seasoning meat, some of these ingredients like the chili powder, the paprika, and garlic, those are primarily add or used. Look like without the chili powder. They're primarily meant to be used to like help balance out the flavor of the meat. So like say you have like wild boar or something like that, or say the cattle is grass fed, or and that's cayenne, by the way, grass fed, or hay or corn and all that stuff, or it was fed differently, so it's grazing and just having it in a stall where it's just being fed man-made products. That's what some of these ingredients do, like the paprika, the cayenne, the chili powder, turmeric, cumin, coriander. Those ingredients help to mask the stench of the meat. So basically it helps to give it flavoring, so that you don't get the smell and you don't get that earthy or corn or wheat taste that you would get when you eat meat. Okay, so that's what some of the ingredients does. And then a lot of them are like, okay, well, some of them are just to help with your digestive system, help to flavor the meat, and so on. My music stopped. And then I'm going to add my secret ingredient. Another secret ingredient. I think maybe the internet went out. Another secret ingredient. Today I'm just going all in, okay? I want to make this a very special meal. Being that it's New Year's, might put a little bit more pepper just to put some zip to it. Okay, there we go. Now I'm about to pull a knife out and deal with this meat. Music went off a very unpleasant time. Okay, so like how this has been sitting in water, what I like to do is start from the bottom up. So I can cut the packaging and get the blood out. And then I run some water to help assist with getting that blood down. This is just I think it's a 1 pound packet of ground beef. Try to rinse it out so it don't call flies. I'm gonna put just a hint of vinegar. Take a fork and mix it up. You don't have to follow what I'm doing here step by step. You can explore and play with your burger patty and the seasoning of it. Might go ahead and grab a little meat tenderizer because that has some salt. I want to put salt in it today, so I just went ahead and use some meat tenderizer. They say a great chef always tastes his stuff. Me, I don't taste, I smell. That muscle memory of smelling it and eyeballing it helps me out a lot. Because I was never a fan of cookbooks. So, there we go. Okay, I got salami in there. I made my burger patties. I used a fork. I am very I have like a eerie feeling And I'm going to put it there. I'll demonstrate. I get a little eerie, creepy feeling when I touch the meat with my fingers, so I entertain the idea of using fork. So I get a little ball and I take the fork and push it down. And then I drop it in the saucepan and then I take the fork and push it down a second time. I'm making sandwiches, by the way, New Year's sandwiches with smoked salami, beef patty, and eggs. When some people fry the eggs, their normally would use the counter to crack it and then transfer it to the saucepan or the edge of the stove. Me, I go right here at the edge of my saucepan and then transport and open. You'll see in a second. I do believe that these are ready. They fluff up like that. I think because the saucepan is too high. There's too much heat going on. I'm using oat bread, by the way. I'm going to use the saucepan to do a little trick. Okay. To go just a smidge longer, and sometimes you can use the pan for a fifth screw to get your patty so you don't break it. Okay, and I'm coming up on my special seasoning, and another secret ingredient of mine. It's not going to be secret, it's oyster sauce. And butter. Alright, that's pretty intense to smell. When the two combine and mix with the olive oil, and all three ingredients come together, you can imagine the smell. If you're not used to it, it will trip you out. And I break my eggs to the point where I still have to open them a little bit with my fingernail or my fingers. And use a little bit of garlic pepper seasoning on them. That was a fail one, so now I'm going to season them with some lemon pepper. I'm going for over easy. Alright. You can see how the egg there is somewhat white. That's an indication that we're getting closer to having that side properly cooked. And when you play with it as well, you can see The little whiteness there. Okay, it's not properly cooked back there, so it might break. And I keep it low, and there you go. And those are going to be over easy. I'm going to drop the heat a little bit because I'm about to make my favorite ingredient in my own homemade mayo and mustard sauce. Now you can use your mayo and mustard on it. When I do, I normally put some hot sauce and mix in on my mayo and mustard. I'm not a huge fan of that stuff, so this is going to be a dry sandwich. And we'll see why it's dry. Alright, here goes. Those black chunks are the flakes from my pepper, which is the crushed red peppers. So don't be alarmed. And this is what I do for my secret ingredient. This is my homemade sauce. It's all about look with me. So I think it has too much, so I'm not going to proceed and put any more coconut oil. And there you can see what I'm doing with the bread. Just drop it in that oil and toast it in the saucepan. And a little bit more heat. And the heat is medium low. Okay? And I feel for it. And get the heat. And you can feel the heat coming through. You can take out the bread like this one. Yep, it's pretty warm. And there you have it. Try to get it to stick the same exact spot that you had it, depending on how many slices you have, because you have, with me, I have one more slice to go. So I'm gonna pick that up, set it there. Put the wet side up, because that's where your sauce is. So then basically what you gotta do now is mop up the remaining oil that's in the saucepan for this last toast, so you don't have to add any more. Okay, I'm gonna proceed with making my sandwich. I'm gonna take and put a patty on one side, pick it up and place it on top of a patty, and do a little surgery right here. Put the salami on the bottom, and the egg in the middle. And I'm going to pick that up, set it on top, transfer this whole section there. This one, I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to put the egg in, salami next, and patty. This technique is done this way because I don't want to dirty any more dishes. If you had put cheese, you would set this in there and put it on the pan and get the cheese to melt with some of the heat from the saucepan. Rule of thumb when you're cooking, before you walk away from your stove, make sure all of it is turned off. Okay. Okay, here we go. Happy New Year. Oh, that's delicious. Happy New Year. Ciao bella. Bon appetit. Be safe.